Good evening, everybody. We are going live. Yes, we are there. Cool. What's up, guys? Danny here. This is still my setup that I'm just testing out, but it seems like we are going in the right direction. So welcome you all. Tonight I'd like to cover just a couple of things I've mentioned in the title of the video, and then hello Spyrus, and then if you had any questions, I'll try to answer those. I need to get live, like in Poland, about 3 or 4 in the morning, so that it will be evening in the US. In most of the parts of US, you're watching me. Hello Space Cowboy and Sea Songer and Istvan and Eric. Oh, Croatia is there. Nice. Hi there, how are you doing? So I'm gonna cover a couple of topics which are I called it hot on the channel right now. Then some plans, mostly linked to the World Cups. So cross-country World Cups, we already have had one amazing because of the track and the races, but also Nindo Shooter didn't win. We'll see how he does and Hans Samuel Gaze does, but there will be a couple of info about that. We're gonna make some future plans for that, and then your questions. Okay, so first off, as always, I'm gonna cover the topics from the title. Hello, Colombia is there. Okay, maybe just one question. Can you hear me well? Can you see me well? Is the audio and the video just fine? Just let me know. Audio okay, video okay. Do you have the full HD quality? If you could say, if you could let me know, that would be nice. US cycling, cycling T-Holmes, the cross-country Olympic World Cups, you're gonna see not on the TV because it's nowhere on the TV. You're gonna see it on the Red Bull TV. Okay, thank you for loving my English. Okay, so we have full HD. Good. Let's start with the first topic, which is the fitness, my fitness level. It was like a couple of days ago when I released and I published the video on my 30% fitness level progress, which is amazing this year. I'm feeling so fine. I mean, I've always felt just fine, but now I can see the difference. I sleep even better. I recover three times quicker. I am lighter. I feel lighter. I feel fit on the bike, much more fit. So that's cool. But some questions you've been asking is number one, what are these weird breathing exercises? So the breathing exercises I've mentioned, these are the from the Wim Hof method, and I also linked the Vimeo video, which was originally made for patrons, in one of the answers to you, so that you can see I'm showing you the whole exercise from the very beginning to the very end. How does it look like? I'm not sure it increases my fitness level, but it definitely helps to recover better. It will oxygenate the tissues, and it goes deep. You feel it in the tissues. You feel strange tingling in the fingers, in the thumbs, in your whole hands, palms, in the feet as well. So it does make an impact on the body, that's 100% sure. Some of you also were telling me that I've changed many factors, and how can I say which one is actually the one that makes me so much faster? I would say all of those. And of course, yeah, I didn't try to implement one by one. I've pretty much changed all the factors at once at the same time, but I do feel much better. The next race I'm doing is next Sunday. It's gonna be somebody told me it's gonna be Road to Hell. It is like a proper mountains. This is like, it's not a marathon because the distance is 25 kilometers. On the mini course I'm taking, there's also the mega course, 50 kilometers. It's still not a lot as for marathon, but it's climbing. It's a lot of climbing there. So that will be I think the first one with a decent amount of climbing this year. So we'll see how I'm doing there. And after that, as always, you're gonna see on the channel it will be published the whole race. That's why I'm racing 25 kilometers, because my cameras can do it. So it will be like maybe an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half or so. And then the race with my commentary. So I'm gonna tell you how I did, what was doing well, what was going wrong, if there will be anything going wrong. So we'll see. Cheers to Macedonia. And yeah, I'm monitoring my fitness. I'm focused so much on the fitness. So we'll see how it goes. It wasn't actually the question, but very popular comment was about this powder food I'm eating. Well, the best argument for doing what I do is my health. So if I've had been struggling with some inflammation, like gut problems, maybe leaky gut, it's called like that, and I have no problems right now, that means I'm eating the proper food. And if you have the organic food and you just take it in the powder form, it's no difference for me whether I eat a whole walnut. I do also eat walnuts, or the powdered one. So no difference. This is organic food, and it's not a product placement. Of course, it's a certain brand I'm using. I'm showing you also the links because you are asking about that. But this is certainly doing good for my body. So that's very important. And then the cold showers. Cold showers make me like more resistant to pain. I can go maybe deeper during my interval trainings, and it's been going well. So it was yesterday. I took my Nini. You know which one is Nini? Which of my bikes? Nini is just there behind me. That's the Nini, my full suspension cross-country bike. And I hit one of my own segments where I had the KOM. There was no many riders going through it. My last time was 3 minutes 56 seconds, and yesterday I made it in 3 minutes 44 seconds. So that's a significant improvement. And I also did a sprinting climbing effort. Somebody had the KOM for 26 seconds. I did the first one in 44 seconds. It was like just, to reckon it. The second one was 26, and the third one was 22 seconds. So I feel great about that. Okay, and so the next race is on Sunday. Tomorrow this is my recovery week actually, but I do make like 3 short intense effort on my Green Froggy. So I'm riding, as I said, most of the races this year I'm riding budget bikes. Like for some it's budget, for others it's the mid-range. I'm not riding my carbon high modulus carbon full suspension bike. I'm riding my like $1,300 alloy bike. That's Sunday, so it's gonna be exciting. I am also testing this setup for the lives with the computer I have. You can see this is how it looks like, guys. This is my new computer. It's pretty fast. It's a Dell, but with the Windows 10 I'm experiencing a lot of troubles. But anyway, this setup with the camera I bought right now, it's better quality than the integrated one. I'm gonna take it to the trails, and when the mega track, when the riders on the mega course are still riding, I'm gonna do some live event. If I catch some good LTE internet on my cell phone, I'm gonna use the PC for for streaming. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, and then the XCO World Cup races. Let's just see what I want to show you. Okay. One was already done. That was the Stellenbosch in Africa. But the second one comes May the 20th. Remember, this is the Red Bull TV live events. There is tons of amazing videos on Red Bull TV. Amazing videos. Not only races, but just like adventure videos. Amazing. This one is going to be in Germany, Albstadt. I'm going there. 20th of May, though, we have some family event, but I'm gonna go to Albstadt like 18th of May, and I will be filming the training and just all around the World Cup there. And then a week later, we are moving on to Nové Mesto in Czech Republic. That's this one, Nové Mesto na Morave. Great, yeah, like crazy cheering guys there, and a great track. And once more, May 26th, I have to be in Poland. That will be Saturday. Maybe I come back on Sunday, but for sure I will be there for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday filming for you. The riders. So I will be putting the polls on my community tab, whether you want to see like bike testing, because there will be a testing camp. I can take many bikes for testing, like maybe like 15 minutes testing, more like just a review or first impressions. I can do some reviews with the riders. I can show you the track in details. I can show you the training, how the riders train on the track. Many things I can show you. So in the poll, you will be just making the plans with me. I'm sorry, what to shoot. What kind of materials would you like to see? All right, so that's it. We've pretty much covered the topics from the title of this video. Now I'm just gonna scroll up through your comments, and now I'll be answering your questions, guys. Romania is there. Nice to see you, Faltic Rider. Can you say hi? Sure, Sail the King. Hi to you. Macedonia I already said. Bosnia and Belgium is there. Okay. Do you only race MTB? That's the Cosmos asking. Yes, I do race the MTB races only, mostly cross country, because I love cross country. This year, it's gonna be my first enduro season as well, and probably the 20th of May. 19th of May, when 26th of May, when the Nové Mesto is going on, the World Cup. I'm gonna go back to Poland for the enduro race. It's gonna be first enduro race in my life. But also I would like to go for some time trials on the road, because I do ride road bikes a lot. I love road biking. Is just almost as exciting as mountain biking for me. But for sure, quicker, faster. Okay, hello Stevo from Germany. And we go down with your comments, guys. If you have any questions, I'm here for you. So Hungary is here too. Hello, Kobo Tamas. Could you talk about the breathing exercises you do? The easiest way for you is to go back to the video I made about it. So it's in the links. It's in the one of the comments, just under the video, how I increased my fitness level by 30%. But basically, it's about taking 30 deep breaths, and after doing that series of 30 very deep breaths, like, and like easily exhaling, then you exhale after the 30th. You exhale and you pause there without any air in your lungs. You pause there. It takes initially it would take me about 50 seconds not to breathe, Now I'm doing about 1 minute and 20 seconds. After not breathing for, let's say, 1 minute, you take once more a full breath. You keep it like that after inhaling, and then about 1 to 1.5 minutes stopping there. It changes the pH level of your blood. It forces also your body to produce different hormones, which are super important, stress hormones, and it changes the life, I would say. Really, you are so much more present. I've changed now. I'm tweaking some factors in my training. If it goes really well, I will release and publish that to you, but it's really interesting. Okay, so that was about the breathing. You are writing in your language. I do not understand what that could be. Romanian or so. Eric Matonitskin, where are you from? Okay, Space Cowboy, kind of a big question. What's the best nutrition if I want to lose fat and also want to work out without any power loss and all that on a budget? What's the best nutrition? The best answer for that, Space Cowboy, is you consume nutritious food. So you consume real food, but to help you a little bit more with that, cut off the added sugar. And that's going to be the biggest problem for you, or challenge, because most of the products you buy have lots of sugar and the syrup and all kind of sweeteners. If you cut that off, there will be no many products left for you to buy. So you need to prepare for that. But if you do it for, let's say, 4 weeks, your taste will change. You're gonna stop thinking about food that much, and you're gonna your body will actually tell you more about what it needs. Otherwise, sugar. You are just. We are all as a society, the modern society, we're just addicted to sugar because it's everywhere. So once you do that, it's gonna change many things for you. And drink water, eat veggies. It's gonna change many things, and you're not gonna spend a dime more for your food than you do right now. So it's on a budget. It is on a budget. You don't have to buy like organic powder food I have, which is pretty maybe not costly, but if you consider $250 a month of eating a lot, then it's costly. Power loss. You know what? Since I've cut the sugar and I've changed some little things in my diet, we also do our own bread. We bake the bread. I lost about 4 kilograms. Last season I was mainly 76 kilograms. Now I'm about 72, 70. Today, for example, I'm over 73, but usually 72. My FTP didn't raise that much, but I'm climbing way better than I was last year. So that's cool. All right, breathing like David Blaine. I'm just gonna copy that, and I'm gonna Google that one because I don't know. David, magician and endurance artist. Okay, interesting. Is it the same guy we're talking about? Spring and Summer Tour, David Blaine. Okay. You mean this guy? Okay. I'm gonna check it out. I'm not sure it's this one, but we'll see. Okay. Scrolling through your comments. Let's go down. Great channel, one of the best on YouTube. Thank you, Phobos666. What do you think about the Merida Big Trail? It's a lot of fun. The bike is a lot of. It's made for fun, it's a cool bike. Can you recommend good frame to $250? Kamek, I suppose you are from Poland, so I invite you to my Polish channel. But since you've asked, I think the Accent Peak is right now one of the best, at least on the Polish market. It's the Czech brand, right? Okay. Space Cowboy, I already do all that, and I already lost about 30 kilos, but now I'm kind of stuck at 95, 97 kilograms. Okay. So if you already did that, the question is how quick have you lost 30 kilos, and for how long is your weight staying at 95, 97 kilograms? Because it can even go up a little bit and then it will go down. But yeah, if you don't eat like a rubbish food, you have to eat something else. So you have to eat nutrition packed food, and if you drink water, you have some exercise, you should be kind of a lean. Otherwise, also check out your health. So doing blood test, talking to your physician, very important. Okay, Eric Matoniskin, what do you think about Canyon Endurace? Pretty cool bike. One more question about nutrition from Jens Gessens. First off, I am not a nutritionist, and what I share with you guys is just from my experience. Maybe I have a lot because I've been racing for 20 years, and training. But I am not a nutritionist. Okay, so I'm sharing what I've learned, what I've seen, what I've read about, and what I did myself. You said you almost never eat added sugars. What do you eat during training and racing? That's very good question, Jens, because it's changed a lot. So, it used to be like that. When my race was at 11, usually my races start at 11, so 11 a.m. I would eat breakfast first off, I would eat a solid, like the evening meal the night before. Then I would eat a solid breakfast. The breakfast would be about like 7 o'clock. So I wanted it to be between 3-4 hours before the race. 4 hours better than 3. But then I would eat like 1 or 2 bananas on the way, and then a power gel for the race. Now, I did that once. I can go for the 11 o'clock race fasted and do cross-country race like 90 minutes without eating anything. That's amazing. That's one of the things that's changed. And what, for example, Dr. Rhonda Patrick would tell you, it's because of the 9-hour window I'm eating. When I first implemented that rule, I would eat my morning the breakfast at 9 a.m. and the last meal at 6 p.m. I've changed now from breakfast at 11 till 8 p.m. My last meal, and then you have a long fasted period, which is super healthy for your gut, for your immune system, for your body, very good for your body mass, but also great for the endurance. But also, Jens, it's okay for me to have a power gel for the race. If I was gonna race, sometimes I would still take the power gel just in case have it in my pocket for 1.5 hour race, but I don't eat it now. But if it was to be like 2 hours race, I would have the power gel. It's okay to have power gel, or some kind of power bar. It's just okay. But I also see that if I have 2 bottles on my bike, or somebody would just give me a bottle in the feeding zone, one bottle would be water and the other one would be water with honey and the lemon. and then I feel I can extend the period of not eating for the race. So that's interesting. I'm still experimenting, but cross-country races don't feel that much need for eating. Strange. Weird. Okay, more info about that. I will be updating you with that, because this is I'm focusing so much now on it. Even my channel suffers from it a little bit, because I spend so much time on training, doing different things, and not maybe having that much time for filming. Still being quite regular on the channel, but this is something I'm really focusing on. Cosmos, how tall are you? I'm 6 feet. That's 182 centimeters. It will be interesting to see the video about your bread. Yes, I will be. I think it will be like 3 videos. I will show you how to bake a bread, and I will also show you just a couple of different types of breads I make. All right. What do you think about 140 millimeters fork for XC? I think it's a lot. I think it's too much, really, for cross country. It's okay. I did make one race this year. This was this winter on my Merida 140, so 140 centimeters travel in the rear. I think that the fork is 150 actually. It's okay, especially if you have the lockout. But 140 millimeters fork, first off, it changes your geometry. So it will be more it will be better for descending for sure, but it's more like trail going towards enduro geometry than the cross country. So I wouldn't use that much of a travel. 100 millimeters for me seems just enough, maybe even ideal. Okay, Andrei, I'm stuck between SRAM XX1 X01 Eagle drivetrain and Shimano XTR drivetrain. What should I choose? Okay, Andrei, if you're gonna buy your drivetrain like right now, that's Eagle. Eagle crushes XTR. It really does. But if you still have time, wait just a bit, because I'm 99% sure there will be new XTR this year. So we'll see what Shimano have prepared for us. Okay. Anoy, would you say that being low weight is a disadvantage in cross country? Not at all. Not at all. It's pretty much like in road biking. The lean cyclists are very good climbers, and that's where you really gain a lot of time. Nino Schurter is not lean. He's like, I would say he's ideal. I feel like with my 72 kilograms and 182 centimeters, I feel like this is the sweet spot. Maybe I would go 1 kilogram less with a little bit more muscle mass. But I wouldn't say it's a disadvantage. Super light and lean riders who are climbing with a high cadence, they just crush those super steep climbs. Okay, what do you think about drinking smoothies before race? I did try it. Like these super 100% natural smoothies. I think it's cool. I would even myself prefer smoothies, like organic smoothies, over the power gels. I hate the taste of the power gels, and I'm sure if I was gonna go for a long ride, 2 gels would be enough for me. I mean, the third one I would probably puke, because I hate the taste of the gels. Not only because of how sweet these are, but also they just don't feel natural for me. That's how I feel about the gels. I do use those sometimes. Never for my trainings. Never ever. I never ever used. Maybe some years ago, but now I last season I did like 12 races or so, and I used like 3 power gels. for whole season. Okay, what is faster for normal MTB terrain, rigid fork or suspension fork? Indoor cycling is asking. Indoor cycling is gonna go outdoor. Which is faster for normal MTB terrain? Normal MTB terrain. If it's smooth, that's the rigid fork. If it's like with the roots, that's even the cheapest suspension fork will be faster than the rigid one. So it depends on the surface you are going through. Okay, Vikas Kaushik, what do you suggest? 50 kilometers cross-country race in 35-degree temperature. Oh my goodness. Where is it that hot? Right now? But what do you mean? What do you suggest? For sure, Vikas, drink more than you think you need. Just set up a reminder on your bike computer, like every 5 minutes, and just sip a little each time. Drink a lot. Okay. My opinion about Shimano Tiagra 4700, Eric, it's very good and solid piece of components. Okay. Can you put whey protein to into drink? You can. Yes, you can. I'm not sure, Toma Sukor, what kind of drink are you talking about? Is it like recovery drink? Could be very beneficial for you. Maybe long rides as well. I'm really going further and further away from the thinking that sugar is our fuel. Sugar is our fuel, and we need the sugar. The rides is the sugar because that's our fuel. Because if we are going intense, that's the sugar. Not really. We need a lot of fat. I'm not sure about the proteins also even during long rides. What do you think about... Okay, Mateusz. What do you think about... Mateusz? Go to Shybike channel. Kidding. Kendall Trail 4, it's a nice bike. It's a nice bike. Very relaxed geometry. Not like super duper frame, but could be nice. Okay. Kodrin, how can you remove sand from your air fork? Sand, yeah, like you mean from the inside? If there is some sand inside your fork, then you are in troubles because probably the surface of your stanchions isn't in very good condition. It might leak. Just rebuild your fork. What can I say? But for sure, if you are talking about the sand on the outer surface, make sure your seals are always clean, and just use some, like I'm using. How is it called? Let's say Brunox spray, just to clean it, to clean your stanchions. Move around with the fork and then wipe it off. It has to be, the outside surface has to be clean and dry. Okay, yeah. Now, what do you take on races? Merker, I'm not very good example because for my races I don't have any tools. So if I get flat tire, I walk. I never did. If I break the chain, I walk. I don't take anything with me. As for food, I have 2 bottles. In my bike usually is just one bottle, and somebody would give me the other one. In one bottle I have the water. In the second one I have water with honey and lemon. And also on the races here, when you pay for the race, for taking part in the race, there's usually also some feeding zone, and you get some free food and drink. As I said, I do take a power gel to my pocket. Usually you also get it from the race organizers, but I rarely use it. Okay. Cool. We've got some more questions. OVD Rider, 1 or 2 by drivetrain for marathon races? Great question, because I'm preparing the video about that as well. I'm just gathering the data. 2 by, that's one thing. But second thing, not with the original cassette, because the cassettes are not 2 by optimized. The manufacturers make a stupid error of giving us 2 by drivetrain, which has to have some advantage over 1 by, right? And the cassette is rubbish for 2 by because it's 1 by optimized. It makes a lot of difference. For my green Froggy, I have 2 by drivetrain. That's Diori 2 by 10, and the cassette is 1142. I'm gonna switch to 1132 or 1232, and it's gonna make my cadence smooth as hell. So that's the thing. I'm gonna use it also for cross country even, but so far the best optimized drivetrain is the Eagle, because if you look at the steps, the differences in cadence between different gears, the guys from SRAM have really made a good job there. Okay, Eric, biggest difference in Tiagra 4700 versus 105, 1 gear extra, which you're not gonna notice that much. 105 will be lighter for sure, because it will have some alloy versus steel, and it will have some carbon reinforced polymer versus alloy, but it works pretty much the same. That's what I would say. Okay, Alan Sukali, hi, I use 80mm fork, Fox 32 on my XC bike. It's good, or I set the fork on 100mm travels. What do you think? It's hardtail. Okay. Alan, I would use 100mm. 100mm. It's not because just that you need more travel, because you're not gonna probably use full travel probably. But 100mm will let you go a bit deeper into sag. I mean, you are setting, let's say, 25% of the sag. So 25% of 100mm is much more than 25% of 80mm, and that changes the game on the fork. I would set it on 100mm. Danny here. When I'm pedaling, I hear something clicking. Oh, Danny, it can be many things. Clicking. It can be. Okay, what you should check the rear wheel quick release. If you have quick release, check all the bolts on your crankset. So the bolts which are mounting the chain rings to the crank arm, and also the bolts which mount the crank arms to the spindle, whatever system you're using, and these would be the main causes. It does not mean you have to use a lot of torque in order to just screw those in, but make sure you use the right torque and the even torque on all the bolts, like all the bolts of the chainring and then the bolts of the crank arms. Okay, Kodrin, your opinion about GT Zaskar? GT Zaskar, that was one of the bikes of my dream bikes when I was 18 or 17, 16. I don't know these bikes so much. I think GT, just as a mongoose, they used to be, I would say, better. Now, maybe also not that popular. I don't know why, but might be cool bike. Okay. Yeah, then if you think it's the crank, just check out the bolts. Clean those and make sure they are just evenly fastened. Okay, Martin Geiger, what do you think? Nice question. There was probably something you've asked me just earlier. I haven't seen that. Sorry. What's your opinion on the SLX M7111 upgrade? It's really cool. Really cool group set. I have now the SLX. Wait a minute. I have the... No, most of the testing bikes I have now are on the Diori. But I have SLX brakes, I think, on my e-bike, on my 120. And it's cool. Yeah, I have the there's also the SLX derailleur, I think, there, or maybe XT. No, SLX. Yeah, I have the SLX shifters with the XT derailleur, which I would definitely want to have the opposite, the SLX derailleur with the XT shifters. So Calvin, you're not gonna feel that much difference between SLX and Diori, just apart from having one gear more. But I think the sweet combination would be to have the SLX group set with the XT shifters, because XT shifters, if you want to ride like difficult terrain or maybe even race, are better than SLX and Diori. You need to use more power, but you will feel the difference. They release the cable better than all the lower group sets shifters. So that would be something I would do on all of the bikes I'm testing on the SLX group set. One of the upgrades I will be recommending will be the shifters to XT. Okay, class. In a race, I faced a drop 50 centimeters directly into a steep climb. How do you engage, speed and balance-wise? It's so difficult question. It's good to prepare your gearing for sure, because if you hit the steep climb with some speed and you have high gear, and you're gonna try to change into low gear very very quickly, that's how you break the chain. But speed, just get as high speed as possible. So make your drop safely, but you need the momentum to go up the hill. Okay. Martin, what do you think? Who would win the XCO World Cup this year? Man, this is so difficult question, because Nino Schurter for sure was the favorite. He still is, but Samuel Gase, he wasn't just trying to hang out with him. He, as the commentator were saying, he felt and looked pretty relaxed. We knew he was cramping. The commentators didn't see that, but I saw him like on the 5th lap. He was just showing to the guys in the feeding zone that he needs to take the magnesium, so he was cramping. But anyway, he was so powerful. I still think that Nino Schurter would outsprint him at the end, because he was coming, but he unclipped from the pedal, so that was the problem. I'm not sure Nino Schurter will be able to do not the perfect season, but to win the cross country World Cup this year. But it makes it so much more exciting. I don't think that Van der Poel will be like great competition for Nino Schurter, but Samuel Gase for sure. But we'll see. This was the beginning of the season, right? So Nino Schurter could not be in his peak. He's not in his peak form for sure, and Samuel Gase might be. So we'll see. Okay. Danny, how can I increase, that's Vikas asking, how can I increase average speed? Okay, that's very simple. Average speeds, it's nothing else like as your FTP. So you need to increase your power, your threshold power. So you need to do some steady, pretty intense but steady effort. So if you make, like, let's say, I don't know for how many years you train, how old you are, but if you can do, let's say, 10 minutes tempo on your threshold, and then 5 minutes recovery, 10 minutes tempo, 5 minutes recovery, 10 minutes tempo. 3 such tempos within like 60 or 90 minutes a training session. That will increase your average speed a lot. So yeah, because average speed is of course it depends also on the terrain you're riding, but average speed is like you go just stable, just pacing yourself. That's FTP. Okay. Chris, is it worth to upgrade Shimano Diori to Shimano Diori XT Shadow Plus reed derailleur? If you have Diori non-Shadow, yes. Yes, it is. Okay. Dmitry has a clicking when backpedaling. It's only on the 11th sprocket. Shimano 105. Okay, 5236, 1128. The 11th sprocket. So that's your highest gear, I believe, right? Clicking when backpedaling. Clicking. That's interesting. That might be your chain not really going straight through the sprocket, through the cog, but only when backpedaling. That's also interesting, and only on that gear. Might be that, for example, try to play a little bit with the limiting screw. Maybe it doesn't let the derailleur go all the way, but if you're backpedaling, the derailleur doesn't have so much impact on that. Maybe that could be the clicking on the derailleur as well. Try to play with the limiting screw. Anyone having any idea about that? Let us know. Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, many questions I've missed. I was waiting for somebody asking me that question. Are you sponsored by Merida? No, I am not sponsored by Merida. I am, how do you call it? Independent YouTuber. Even though there is lots of Merida on my channel, that is right. But I'm not sponsored by Merida. If I get really fast and I get like to the top level, might be that Merida would give me some help as a rider, pro rider, but I am not sponsored. Some of the I will make the vlogging video about that. Some of the movies you're watching are sponsored, which means if I take the bike for the test, I am paid for making the test, but I am not sponsored in any way. That means I am not. I can say anything about Merida bikes. So if it's something that I don't like, I can tell you, and I never signed a contract with any brand which would tell you in the contract that you how do they call it? How is it said? I've seen some contracts about that, and I rejected those. Like they say that you're gonna make the test of the bike light or the bicycle or something, and give the positive review to your audience, which I never do. But yes, I have lots of Merida bikes. I also don't have that much time to reach out different brands because it really takes time. You need to talk to the marketing guys, and they maybe send you something. Some bikes I test also just for free, just to have some different bikes on the channel, which makes me it helps me making more materials. Okay, yeah. Cool. Hello to Malaysia. Shimano is producing some of their stuff there, right? Kobor Tamas, what should I do? I want to buy the Merida Big Trail, but I also commute and do a lot of tarmac ride. But that bike has 2.8 tires, and that wouldn't be so ideal. Yes, you're right. It wouldn't be ideal. It depends on how many kilometers you make. If I was to commute like 3 kilometers through the city, lots of different obstacles in the cities, it would be okay to have 2.8 tires. But if you go like for 5, 10, 15 kilometers, it would be nice to have something quicker. You can always change the tires, but Merida Big Trail certainly hasn't been designed specifically for commuting. The gravel bike could make a good job there, but we used to do everything on mountain bikes. My mountain bike was my commuter. So just make the decision for yourself. But yes, 2.8 tires are not fast. They will be loud, fun as hell, but maybe not so much for commuting. Okay. Space Cowboy said the chain might be rubbing on the front derailleur. The guy, sorry, I forgot your nickname, who's been asking about that clicking. He said clicking, not rubbing. So that's interesting. What that would be. Okay. Are there any bike for guys about 5.3 feet tall? Sure, there are. Hello to Romania. Okay, what do you think about GCN, GMBN? What do you think about these channels? Very popular channels, lots of helpful informations, and tons of product placement. So I do watch some of their videos. You know what I don't like? I don't like when people say, okay, let's now I'm gonna present. We're gonna show you the new bike of our presenters. But these are just bikes of their sponsor, So they should say this is the brand we are working with for the 2018 and 19 season, and we're not gonna say any bad things about these bikes. That would be more simple. Yeah. So this is huge brand, huge stuff, but very nice guys, and especially for the bike maintenance videos, very interesting. Okay, let's go down. Stellenbosch, South Africa. Sander Root, are you from Stellenbosch? Man, love your channel, lots of great advice. Been trying with wim breathing recently and experimenting with cold shower. It's made a big difference in recovery. Okay, I'm happy to hear that. I believe it hasn't changed many things just yet in your body if you just started experimenting, but for sure you can feel different, because you know what, guys, go and make 40 seconds cold shower. You're gonna feel the difference right away. And if you're doing it regularly, plus the breathing, also the cold shower will force you to breathe in a different way, and that's how Wim Hof is breathing. Wonderful thing. I am very grateful to Wim Hof for his job, for his work. Yeah, Dmitry say it's a clicking, so it's not rubbing, it's clicking. It might be that the chain is clicking somewhere on the teeth of the smallest cog or the pulleys on the derailleur. Check that out. Okay, yeah. Okay. Rock Krumpestar, what do you think about commensal meta hardtail origin? I'm not sure what you're asking about. Commensa meta, okay. Commensa meta. It's on the chain reaction cycles, I can see. Okay, let me see. Nice looking. I'm going to show you guys. That's the bike. Nice looking. This is the bike for fun. We have here 27.5 plus. Cool. whether your style is aggressive, enduro, comfortable trail rider. The Commensal Meta HD. Okay. RockShox Yaris, SRAM X, cool bike. 1,600 euros. Really cool bike. I like it. And this is their website. Meta. Okay. Oh, they have more. They have more. Nice, interesting, very interesting. Thanks for asking about it, about these bikes. I didn't know the brand. You know, I know Chain Reactions a lot. That's my favorite by far shop, and very often, or from time to time, I'm showing you some nice deals from them. Okay. Cool. Elite Diretto versus Tax Flux. Elite Diretto. I think. Lauris, I made the video about Elite Diretto. Now I have Tax Flux. I don't remember the Elite Diretto that much. I can tell you that Tax Flux is really good turbo trainer, but it's true they've been having some issues with these. If you get the rubbing inside the Tax Flux cover, it will be no problem for you to get the replacement. It's always an issue that's kind of problematic, but they do help you a lot. I have Tax Flux there, and it's my sorry, because I need to look at what I'm showing you. It's there. Here. That's the Tax. That's my bold skin. That's the Tax Flux there. It's pretty accurate in terms of the power. It's smooth, and it's not loud. I like it. The whole season, the whole winter season, I've made on it, and I'm still using it. I like it, unless you get the problems with the. I think it's some part of the drivetrain inside when it starts rubbing against the plastic cover. So this one I have. That's the second one. The first one was failed. But just check out the Elite Diretto, also on my channel. Shane Miller is making so well prepared tests and reviews of these. So do those. I stick with the Tax Flux so far, and of course my Bushido. My Bushido is right here, and it's so versatile. Okay. Cool. Let's just GCN's okay. Space Cowboy. We are not here to like criticize, like, you know, I'm better because, you know, is it not a product placement? Of course it is. This Merida box, that's just coincidence. It's here, but it's for sure it can look like a product placement. My cap here from Merida. It is a kind of a product placement. Yes, I'm not paid for having this. I got this, you know. So there's lots of product placement everywhere. But what I love YouTubers to do, like maybe not BKXC, because I don't know BKXC that much, but Seth's Bike Hacks is making it perfectly, and I think I have the same like policy on my channel. He says openly, I'm the box ambassador, but if you see, for example, his review of the box one, he says it's okay, it has advantages, disadvantages, it's not for me. And that's something I love, because you can expect the guy to tell you what he thinks, and that's something GCN and GMBN don't have. They have lots of good stuff, they don't have this. So if I wanna fix something and I don't know how to do it, GCN probably have shown that on the channel, and you can use it. And I click their ads, I watch the ads through, I support them. But if I'm to make decision, should I buy Canyon bike or Scott bike, it's not the GCN or GMBN I would go for, that's for sure. But it's not a crap. It's just, you know, it's just a business. This is how it looks like. But there are some YouTubers who are already quite popular, and they still like adhere to the right policy, the one that we can, as the viewers, really take benefit from. Okay, cool. What do you think about used bikes? I love used bikes. I love, if you have some knowledge about used bikes, you can only be buying used bikes. Yeah, it's not only the disclosure about the product placement, because you know how it's that's also interesting story with my channel. When I started the channel, I knew nothing about product placement. I just wanted to share the MTB technique. Okay, my first videos were on the Polish channel, where I was doing the MTB technique drills. And you know what struck me? Some people, the videos went pretty popular, but some people were asking about some more deeper questions about the technique. But there were lots of questions like, what eyewear do you have? What shoes? What model of the Northwest shoes you have? What's the model year of the frame? You know, I was riding the 1998 Canada Killer. I still have it. I still ride it. I still race on it. And people started sending me pictures with the bikes they bought, same year, model year, same bike. And so I've noticed that the product placement actually came from the viewers, not from the content creators, because you know I can take $5 for showing the Merida Cup, right? It will be product placement, but I can do it just like I can just have the cup and you will see the logo anyway. It will be product placement for you. So yeah, it's okay to have product placement, but if something is not working very well or it's rubbish, I want the content creators, the influencers, to tell me that. Okay. What's better, Sander XCR or Sander XCM? I don't know, man. I'm testing now the XCR, and I will show you the overhaul. Let me show you the bike I'm testing right now. This is the Polish brand. You know this brand. You should, if you watch cross country, you should know this brand. And this is cross. So a Polish brand. Maja Włoszczowska is riding for cross. Fabian Giger is riding for cross, and this is the Sander I'm testing. I will show you the overhaul of this fork. I will weigh it, and this will be like 500 or 600 kilometers test. It's okay, but XCM I didn't test XCM just yet. Okay. Do you know Kelly's brand? Yes, I know Kelly's brand, and I'm telling everybody that Kelly's bikes are like Kia or Hyundai 15 years ago. So everybody was saying, "What is this? These are some cheap cars." Kelly's is getting better and better, and when I look at their bikes range for 2018, these look pretty awesome. Maybe for sure these are not as advanced as some really well-established brands, but might be really good bikes. Michal Reiser, what are your thoughts of having dropper post on cross-country MTB? There will be 2 episodes at least about that on my channel. One episode we already made with Tony Ferreiro, the enduro rider in Spain. It will be there soon. For sure, get yourself a dropper post. Get yourself a dropper post. Okay, guys, let's just say here, quick release, and Danny, rear quick release. You're still talking about that clicking. Okay, guys, let's just say 3 more questions. Okay, and we're gonna go home. Okay. Thanks for the upcoming test. Cool. Thank you. Okay, Space Cowboy. Are there any differences between forks on the e-mountain bikes and normal mountain bikes to make up for the high weight? Yes and no. There are some forks which are specifically optimized, made for e-bikes, but there are also some forks which are e-bikes certificated or e-bikes approved or so. I think the RockShox Revelation I have on my Merida 140 has also the sticker e-bikes certificated or something like that. So it's strong enough for e-bikes. This fork is, I think it's just a regular fork. I was surprised that this is 32mm stanchions, but also I'm surprised how stiff it is. It actually makes the job. I can tell you right now. I've already made 400 kilometers or so on the bike, on the rough terrain, and it's just stiff enough. Maybe also because it's like a steel and very heavy fork, not like super light, but it's good. But definitely, yes, there are forks specifically made for e-mountain bikes. Okay. Yolanda Neff is riding for cross. Sure, thanks, Wojtek. Orbea Alma. I don't know the H20, but Orbea Alma. These are nice bikes. Just let me see. Orbea Alma. Let's see. Okay. Nice one. Okay, guys, this is the Orbea Alma. Okay, H20. Can we zoom in? Oh, nice frame. I did like the shaping of the Orbea frames when Julien was riding for Orbea, but these are still cool. This is alloy bike, and this is like a nice trail hardtail. We've got triple buttoned alloy frame with press fit. Press fits are getting better and better. There is lots of precision required to make good press fit, not non-squeaking press fit. Seems like most of the brands have made it, have nailed it. Okay, we have the 118 by 1.2 steerer. That's nice. SLX with XT. Cool. It's cool. Cool bike. I like it. I do like it. Just one color. I mean, this color. No, there are more. There is a black one with red decals. There is a black and green. This is also a nice one. Cool, baby blue. Looking good. What fork is that? The Reba. Cool. I like it. Man. I like it. All right. Ben's Balog, what do you think about 26-inch wheels? Is it a good idea to buy it and use these days? Yes. The fact that now most of the guys are riding 29ers doesn't mean that 26 is bad. Okay, 29 can be better, but 26 is not bad. As I said, I'm still riding my killer, not that much, but I still do, and I will do it will be the last MTB marathon this season I'm gonna do on the killer, because that was the first marathon I made when I just started YouTube channel back in 2015. So I'm gonna end this season with racing on the killer. 26-inch. First off, these bikes are super cheap comparing to new 29ers, right? Lighter, more nimble, easier to maneuver if you need to transport the bike in the car. And believe me, I know what I'm talking about because I'm using my wife's Opel Corsa, and I can squeeze in 3 bikes in there. But if the bikes were 26 inches, it would make my life so much easier. So, and and for some climbing events or even cross-country races with very steep climbs, you can, nowadays, but that would be also expensive, you could build 26er that would weigh just about, let's say, 7 kilograms, and you could crash 29ers on some tracks. So still good idea. In my opinion, yes, still good idea. If not 26, check out also the discounts for 27.5 inch bikes. Sometimes I do give you the links on my community tab, because you can really buy those cheap compared to 29ers. Okay, bye everyone, and thanks for the advice. Bye Danny, bye. Let's do one more question. Yeah, we're gonna do marathon on the killer. Okay, dirt jumps will keep 26 alive. Sure. How many bikes you have? Okay, the last question. Okay, let's say how many bikes I own. That's the killer. That's the e-bike, Merida E120. And that's Nini, which is behind me. And I don't own this one. This is also the testing bike. The Green Frog is testing bike. The Rose Count Solo is testing bike. That's it. I also own the Cannondale Cannondale Raven, the vintage one, which is for these are the two boxes. The Cannondale Raven, which is for sale now, and the Merida Reacto, which is also for sale. So these are also my two bikes, both for sale. But in my pack, the Nini, so Merida 96 full suspension bike, and the E120 are the bikes I own. That's a lot of bikes. Oh man, I also own Kona Explosive, the steel one. And I just finally got the email yesterday that the shipment has just went through, and I should get just 2 tiny parts I need for my Kona to finish the project on Monday. So expect next week the second part of about building the bike. Okay, so guys. Oh, it's so late, man! It's so late. It's 11 p.m. also in Poland, almost. See you guys, and yeah, you probably, if I get the LTE connection on Sunday, you're gonna see me on live from the race, and then Monday, Tuesday, materials from the race. Okay, take care, guys. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.